Hi everyone. Is it possible to find a photograph of your ancestors? Well, yes, it is possible. And I'm here today to talk about 10 places for you to search for potentially finding photographs of your ancestors or relatives. Hi everyone. I am Lisa Listen from Are You My Cousin? And I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me here. Now, before we get into talking about where to find those old family photographs, I want to ask you to do me a quick favor and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the great videos that I create for you here on the YouTube channel. Okay, let's talk about those places to find those old family photographs. Number one, ask your family. Now, I know that sounds simple, but I don't mean simply asking your immediate family, which I'm going to go ahead and assume you have already done. If you have not, do it now. But what I want you to do is to spread out a bit. Talk to your more distant cousins and see what they might have. See, maybe there's older aunts and uncles that you don't see, but maybe once a year or something. Ask them what they have, because they could very well have photographs that came down their side of the family that didn't quite make it down yours. And for the most part, I think people are really happy to share the stories of those photographs. Number two, check with local and state archives. Now, as genealogy researchers, we often are very focused on researching documents when we get to these archives. And that's fabulous. That's what they're there for. That's what we need to be there for. But don't forget that they can also have photo collections that could potentially have photographs of local people, and your ancestors might be among them. Simply ask them how is the best way to find those, see what kind of finding aids they have, and if they can help you sort through that as well. Also, do not forget to check digital collections online that many archives are really starting to do these days. I have had some actually pretty good luck finding a couple pictures of my own ancestors, but as well as houses for other people. For someone, a friend who was looking for a house that their ancestor lived in, I found a photograph of that. So be sure and check the digital online collections because there's potential there as well. Number three, let's check Flickr, guys. Check Flickr for potential ancestor photographs. Now, the reason I say that is some libraries and even archives have their own Flickr accounts, and they're posting digital images there from some of their collections. So be sure and check Flickr. They may do a digital archives on their own site, or they may use more of a Flickr format. So be sure and check out Flickr. Number four, guys, check for local yearbooks. Had you ever thought to look for a yearbook for your ancestors? Now, yearbooks, I think sometimes we think of them as fairly modern, and I guess as records go, they really are. But there are, you can find yearbooks well back into the late 1800s. So if you are looking for a photograph of your ancestor, check local, state, county archives, check local libraries for yearbooks, and see what you might find there, because they can be a wealth of information as well. That's a whole nother study video for you there. Number five, check for a church directory. If your ancestor was faithful and church was a very important part of their life and part of the community, many churches oftentimes over a period of years would create a directory, which was essentially a yearbook type thing for the church. So be sure and seek those out. Now, typically you're going to find those within a very local area. Check local libraries for the county they were at. Check local historical societies. Potentially state archives or state libraries might have those as well. Or the church itself, if the church still exists, contact the church. Number six, check the Orphan Photos sites online. Places like deadfred.com or Ancient Faces. These are types of sites that when somebody finds older photographs, maybe at a flea market, or maybe they clean somebody's house out and they don't want them anymore and they don't know who they are, they will upload them to these sites with hopefully a few clues sometimes not. And so it is good for you as a researcher to periodically go check those sites to see if any new photographs have come up and that they might be your ancestors. We oftentimes hear of these success stories, and they do happen. Okay, number seven, check online auction sites. Oh, it breaks my heart that you can go on eBay and find old family photos there sometimes, but it does happen. So you can check for alerts there, or you can just go periodically, set yourself a reminder on your calendar to check some of the online auction sites for old old family photos, maybe from they're maybe tagged a certain location that you're researching. This is another great place to find family history books, and actually family Bibles can be found on the online auction sites as well. Number 8, check for the existence of a family history book. So I have to tell you, this was actually a real life example for me. I had been researching my great-grandmother's family, the Richardson family out of Southern Virginia, and I actually contacted a woman because she had another researcher who had some stuff online, and I said, could we share? What do you know? I was very new into this genealogy at the time, and she wrote me back and she said, get this book, and it was the Colley family of Pittsylvania County, Virginia. She said, they intermarried with the Richardsons frequently, and you will find photographs of your third great-grandparents. So I went off to the state library, who had it and was close to where I lived, and I got that book. And sure enough, in this family history book that was primarily focused on another family, I found photographs of my ancestors, my third great-grandparents, and multiple photographs of collateral ancestors. Wonderful way to start off my genealogy research into that family. Yes, I did the genealogy happy dance, and everything was involved. So check for family histories. Check those libraries to see if one exists. Number 9, online family trees. Now this happens, I think, but we might not search for it this way. But check those family trees that are online. I know as a genealogy researcher, we're very cautious about using information from other people's trees, because we want to make sure it's sourced and that it's correct. Yes, that's a topic for a whole nother YouTube video. But they also, if you were searching those family trees and they have photographs online, that's a way of finding photographs of your ancestors. Maybe they had one, they are on a collateral line. The photograph went down that side of the family. You didn't get a copy down your side of the family. So check those online family trees. Now, but here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you want a copy, just ask them. It's just polite. I know you can download it directly from the website. You can click and save the image, but let the person know, because you obviously have something in common, and it's just a common courtesy to let them know that you'd like a copy of that photograph. Okay, guys, last tip, number 10, do a Google image search. So instead of just searching for a text, you can type in what you're looking for and ask it to give you images, and you have potential to find photographs of your ancestor that way. If somebody else has had that photograph, maybe they have their own website, they've put it up there, you have potential to find it that way and get in the search results. That's a Google image search. I do that periodically. That's probably what I call one of my long shot type things, but it's worth searching and trying. When you have nothing, you have nothing to lose when it comes to finding those photographs. So give that Google image search a try. Okay, guys, that is 10 tips for trying to find your old family photographs. Good luck, and let me know what happens. So before you go, do me a great big favor and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, because I don't want you to miss any of the videos that I create for you here on the Are You My Cousin YouTube channel. Okay, go have a great day and happy ancestor hunting. Bye.